Everybody loves dads, stories, and the Marine Corps. What could be better than Marine Corps dads who tell stories? Here's another story with veteran storyteller John Sugar Jr., a Marine Corps dad.
You guys have heard the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The reindeer who had a very shiny nose, could fly, saved Christmas.
He did not fly.
Rudolph most definitely flew.
No, he didn't.
That is part of the gig.
No,
In fact,
he
that was like a normal stock reindeer thing.
No.
That all of Santa's reindeer can fly. So, anyway.
They don't have
Listen
wings.
to the story.
Anyway. Tonight, we're going to talk about the story of the reindeer who got lost. Once upon a time, there was a reindeer, and his name was Thurman.
I thought it was Rudolph.
Now, Thurman was Rudolph's grandson. So by this time, Rudolph is very old, and his nose does not shine quite so brightly. But Rudolph will tell you stories of his shiny nose. And he will tell that story again, and again, and again.
And again until he dies.
He will make the snowman sing the Rudolph song
What?
over and over again.
No.
The reindeer got really tired of hearing it. Then along came Thurman. Thurman was what you call a low-watt reindeer. He didn't like to fly that much. And he had a shiny nose, but it wasn't very shiny, because Thurman never tried very hard. Thurman never paid attention in reindeer games. You know how Rudolph wasn't allowed to play any? Thurman just didn't play. He never learned the maps of the world. He never learned how to fly with the other reindeer as they were pulling the sleigh. He just never learned. Because he never paid attention, because he didn't care. And Thurman didn't listen. And then one year, on one Christmas Eve night, came a storm. And it was a big snowstorm like no other, and it covered the whole world. And you could hear Rudolph back in his cave. This is just like the storm in which I made my rise. One of you whippersnappers get out there and help Santa Claus. And so, Thurman was the only one with a shiny nose. And so Santa Claus said, Thurman, with your nose kinda bright, would you guide my sleigh tonight? And Thurman said, eh. Eh. That was all he said. Eh. And everyone's like, uh-oh. And Santa Claus begged, and he said, Thurman, please, all the boys and girls, they need their presents. We have so many toys. We can't stockpile these toys. We don't have warehouses for this. We have to take the toys out tonight. If we don't take it out tonight, we're stuck with them. And Thurman said, eh. And finally Santa Claus said, look, man, I'll give you some extra keyble corn. And Thurman kind of perked up at that. He's like, more than Jerry over here? And he said, yes, Thurman, more than Jerry. And so they hitched Thurman at the head of the line. And Santa Claus reached back with his whip. And he said, on Dasher, on Donner, on Blitzen and Prancer and Cupid and all you guys, whatever your names are, go on Mush. I don't know why he doesn't say Mush. He should be saying Mush, okay? He's basically snow sledding through the sky. Okay? But he didn't see any light at the front. He's like, on, Thurman. Thurman, turn it on! And Thurman's like, oh yeah. Banged his nose a couple of times, and he saw, whee! And that's when it started shining. And Santa Claus went, and then they took off into the sky, and they went out through the portal over Christmas Town, out into the world, into the snowstorm. And they were surrounded by the clouds, and the thunder, and the lightning, and the snow, and the sleet, and the hail. And Thurman looked around, and he's like, guys, where are we going? And the reindeer behind him was like, what you mean, where are we going? We're going all the way around the world. Didn't you play the reindeer games? And Thurman was like, eh. And all the reindeer were like, oh no. Because Thurman was in front. And then Thurman's nose started to go out. Because Thurman had never left his nose on for very long. And he was getting tired. So it went... And Santa Claus from back in the sleigh yelled, on, Thurman. Thurman, turn it on, buddy. And off they flew into the snowstorm. And they got lost. Because Thurman never paid attention. And that is why to this very day, you will see a sleigh pulled by 8 reindeer and 1 Thurman, prancing through the sky with Santa Claus yelling at the front, Thurman! Turn it on! And they will fly around the world forever until Thurman is no longer lost. The end.
That was a longer one.
Why are you kidding me?
That was another story with John Sugar Jr., a Marine Corps dad. Check the show notes for links to his Patreon and website at creativegrumbles.com.